everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you one of my go-to recipes for a children's snack. This recipe is very versatile. It's used with items straight out of your pantry, refrigerator, cabinet. You are able to add things to it to make it different flavors for them, make it fun, or you can keep it as is. It's just that good. It's also sweetened with whole food sources like maple syrup and banana. So let's get started. I am so excited. Okay, first things first. This is all done in a blender, which I love. So we're gonna add our oats to it. This is just organic, regular old-fashioned oats, gluten-free. And the good thing about this recipe as well is that you don't have to measure anything. Guys, I just throw it in there, blend it together, and it is done. So I put a good amount of oats. I'd say about 2 cups altogether, maybe 2.5. And then to the dry mix, you want to add your baking powder. Again, I eyeball it and just throw it in, guys. Sprinkle it right on top. That's about a teaspoon of tapioca flour. Now, usually when I make this recipe, I don't add it. But since I'm putting it in my donut mold today, I'm gonna add it. So this recipe that I usually make for the kids, I make it in pancake form. So it's on the stove, it's you know, pourable, it's pancakes. So this is gonna kind of tie it together more so it can be held and walked around with as like a muffin or a donut or something like that. So I'm gonna add some of this in, the wet ingredients. So from here, we're gonna add our banana. So I'll add the 2 bananas. And then you're going to add 2 eggs to this. Okay, and then you're going to add some milk of your choice. I like to add almond milk. So this is unsweet, you know, regular almond milk. And about, I'd say that's about maybe 3/4 of a cup. And I did forget to add my salt and my cinnamon to my dry mix, so I'll just add that right on top because it's all being blended together anyways. The salt brings out flavor when you bake, so you always want to add a little salt. It also counteracts with the baking powder and makes it fluff more. So this is just some cinnamon. I'm going to add that in. And the last touch to this recipe is maple syrup. So I'm gonna add that maple syrup in. The salt and the cinnamon you can add to taste. I'd say I put about a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of salt. And for the maple syrup, I'm gonna pour it in. I eyeball it, and it's about maybe 1/3 of a cup, okay? And now we're going to put the top on, and we are going to blend. That is the beauty of this recipe. You literally just blend everything well together. Okay, so it's nice and blended, but you know what? I forgot to add my coconut oil. Usually I add the melted coconut oil, but today I am gonna make it like this because I am making it in donut form, and I want it to be nice and just able to be held and put together. So we're gonna keep the coconut oil solid instead of melting it. And now we're gonna blend that in. Okie dokie, that's finished. So now we're just gonna go ahead and pour it into our silicone mold. and this is the one that I chose. You can pour this into any mold, guys. You can make a cake out of this. You can make cupcakes, mini cupcakes, pancakes. This is very versatile. You do not have to add the tapioca starch like I did. You can literally just add your oats with your baking powder and put it right into pancakes or any kind of mold, and it works out great. The eggs and the banana puff it up and work well with the oats, so it's not just so gummy like oats, but it does turn into a beautiful cake. That's it. We're gonna pop this into the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes, and we'll check on it from there to see how it looks, and we'll go from there. The consistency, you can see the steam coming off of it, is like a donut, guys. It's so delicious. Now, like I said, you can make this into a muffin, into a pancake, which they come out so fluffy, so delicious as pancakes. Yeah, I just highly recommend it. So that recipe makes about 24 servings. If you bake it in a pie dish or a brownie pan or something like that, 24 servings is what you would get out of it, which is a fair amount for 2 bananas, 2 eggs, and 2.5 cups of oats. So I'm now going to make another, the same recipe in my blender, but I'm gonna add flavors to it. So this particular flavor that I'm making is like a chunky monkey flavor, so I'm gonna add chocolate chips and nut butter to the mix that we already did. So I'm gonna make that right now. Okay, so to the same blender, pitcher, whatever you want to call it, container, I'm gonna just throw my ingredients right in to make the next batch. So this batch is gonna be the same amount, so baking powder, cinnamon. Now this is literally the same exact recipe as the first batch. We're just gonna add something in it, which is peanut butter and chocolate chips. So we're gonna add all of our ingredients that we did add. Tapioca starch, not too much, just enough to tie it together. Now we're gonna add our wet ingredients. So we can add those bananas right in. And it's just that simple, guys. Eggs, 2 eggs. Pour it on in. Maple syrup. Pour it on in. Coconut oil. Make it nice and good. And then some nut butter. So I'm using a mix of peanut butter and almond butter. I would just use all almond butter if it was for me, but since it's for my kids, they do like that peanut butter flavor. So I am putting 1 heaping tablespoon of peanut butter in there, and then I'll do the rest almond butter. So we'll put 2 tablespoons of almond butter. So let's go ahead and blend this. All right, that's done. Now I'm gonna transfer this into a bowl and fold in my chocolate chips. So I put 5 handfuls, I'm gonna put 6. So this is a snack, this is a treat. This is actually a great treat to make for Sukkot ahead of time, to bring on like camping trips and stuff. It's just so good. I'm actually gonna top it with a little bit more chocolate chips when I put it in the oven. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put our Chunky Monkey mix, which is the peanut butter and chocolate chip, into a baking dish and bake it as bars or cake, whatever you want to call it. But these are how the donuts turned out. They're super easy to just grab, and they're delicious. My kids love them. Now we're gonna go ahead and give this a mix. This has our chocolate chips in it. We're gonna top the top with chocolate chips as well. So we're gonna pour this right in. All right, let's go ahead and pop this in the oven. 350 oven for about 20 minutes. I'm not sure how long they were in. I would say 30 minutes, and they look great. They're nice and firm, and they're not even cooled off yet. So this is very hot. It's an end piece. You can tell it's super moist. Look at those layers in there, guys. It rose beautifully. The steam is still coming out of it. I'm gonna taste this right now. But guys, that's the end of this video. Go ahead and comment down below how yours turned out, if you end up making this version or the plain version or whatever you prefer, and let me know. All right guys, we'll see you next time.